여러분 안녕하세요. We have 2 minutes left, but I started a little early because it looks like my streaming software stops encoding or syncing with YouTube, so I wanted to make sure it's working. 저 보여요? 제 목소리 들려요? I look like a ghost today. There's no sun, so there is like a floor lamp, and that's the only thing. 귀신 같네요. I look like a ghost. 라이님, 안녕하세요. TTN Others님, 안녕하세요, 여러분. 안녕하세요. 재림 선생님, 신규 가입자입니다. 어서오세요. 반갑습니다. 셰릴님, 에나블루님, 안녕하세요. 엠버님, 굿모닝. 캔자스예요? From the Kansas prairie? What's prairie? prairie가 뭐예요? 은영님 안녕하세요. 오웬님 안녕하세요. 배안님도 안녕하세요. 보자. 박칼님, 후자님 안녕하세요. 일라이언님 안녕하세요. So excited. I'm excited you're here. 수혜님도 안녕하세요. 피오드르님, 엑토르님 안녕하세요. 메라미미님, 스나비님 다 안녕하세요. 엑토르님, we're starting with coffee. Okay, we have to start with heart dance then. 할게요. 자, 하트 감사합니다. 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 And 안녕하세요. Welcome everyone. 대초원, Kansas 대초원 prairie. So last live, I don't know. You are here. 세스님. This was you. 세스님이에요. So you gave me $5 at the end of live, and I turned it off before I gave the heart dance. Here we go. We're starting with a lot of hearts today. 하트로 시작해요. 하트, 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 하트. Was that 5? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯. 네. 하트예요. 감사합니다, 여러분. Really appreciate your support. 안녕하세요, 리즈님, 이빈응님, 김준씨님. I learned a little Russian, so I learned how to read Cyril. Wait. Faizali. What was that X sound? Forgot. 짜증나. Some 아미도프님. 안녕하세요. 선생님, you can call me 디아? 디아님. 좋아요, 디아님. 세스님, 마리빈님, 클라라님, 리즈님 안녕하세요. First time joining my life. Welcome. 어서오세요. I'm glad you're here. Hello everyone. 크리스토퍼 서님, 오늘도 안녕하세요. 라이언님도 오셨어요. 안녕하세요. 오늘은 고 배울 거예요. I'm hoping this OBS studio is not gonna act up in the middle of the live. If it does, I'll turn it off, turn it back on, so wait a little. Let's hope it doesn't happen. 사랑해? 안녕하세요. 싱가포르 갔었어요. I was there one time. I really wanted to know about today's ending in Korean. My real name is 펠님. 안녕하세요. 오늘 이거 고예요. I don't know if you noticed it, but it's either in Korean, either the conjugation is really difficult or the usage is really difficult, right? If the conjugation is really easy, the usage is really complicated. And if the conjugation is difficult, usage is pretty straightforward, right? So, 고예요. Today, we have really easy conjugation and lots of different usages. So, let's look at them. 한번 볼게요. I will start with more beginning level knowledge. 내 말이. And then we'll talk about more advanced usages of this. And I know a lot of you probably already have examples you wanted to ask, questions you wanted to ask, but we will start with beginning. If you are a beginner, if it gets difficult, more difficult as we go, it's normal. You can just forget about it for now. Okay, just understand the first half of the lesson. 리키타님, 안녕하세요. Welcome. Or both of them are difficult. Yes, like 은데, 하하하. Or the 은는 non-modifying form, right? Conjugation is really confusing. 맞아요, 디아님. I'm not too late for a change. Good morning, teacher. 안녕하세요. 자, 그러면 한번 볼게요. You have to go now? 가지 마세요. 여기 있어요. 안녕하세요, 말라크님. 오랜만이에요. 그쵸? Okay, so let's start with easy things. Beginning level content. If you are a little more advanced, it's boring. You can just sip on your coffee and just stare. Okay. 자, 볼게요. beginning thing. Beginners, pay attention. 여기 보세요. So this is basic sentence structure of Korean language. What's important is verb and adjective like 좋아요, 싫어요, 재미있어요, 먹어요, 가요. Those come at the end of the sentence. And the rest, the white part, you can mix them. Scramble. 괜찮아요. Because we have particles that mark what each word is in a sentence. 안녕하세요. And those verbs and adjectives that you have to use at the end of the sentence, if you look up the dictionary, their dictionary forms always end with the ending 다. And Korean is like Lego. You're playing with Lego block. So this 다 block, yellow block, we are going to replace with different Lego block. Okay? I love you. 감사합니다. 저도 사랑해요. So, when you change that 다, sometimes you're ending a sentence. You're replacing that 다 with sentence endings. Sentence endings. For example, 습니다. 감사합니다. 반갑습니다. 고맙습니다. 저는 재림입니다. That 니다, 습니다 form is the sentence ending. Sentence ends there. I put a period there. Or 어요, 아요, right? That's also sentence ending. Sentence ends there. Or 지요, 날씨 비 오지. It's raining, right? That one also ends the sentence there. 거든, you see, I am explaining something that you don't know. 단골 손님 왔어요, 인드라님. 자나, shared knowledge. I know, you know. Both end sentence there. These are sentence endings. There are connective endings, meaning sentence is not ending there. It's gonna continue. 문장이 계속 될 거예요. It's going to continue. And they are called connective ending. And today's goal is this connective ending. Sentence keeps going. 계속돼요. 문장이 계속돼요. 랄라님 어서오세요. 오랜만이에요. 심라님 안녕하세요. 어서오세요. So other connective endings are all these ones. Like 지만, 하지만, or 은데, 어서, 아서, 으니까. All these sentence continues. Wait, 선생님, I know it's used at the end of the sentence too. 네, 맞아요. All these connective endings, you can end a sentence there too, like ... I'm done speaking. 할 수 있어요. 그래서 보세요. So this is structure, right? Sentence ends with verb or adjective. 근데 if you change this verb or adjective to co-ending, that means sentence is not ending and it will continue. So it becomes blah, 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 go and blah, 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 blah. 어요, 아요 at the end. That's what we are doing with this 고 ending called connective ending. Connecting two different sentences. Okay. 안녕하세요. 마리프랑스님, 다은님, 어서 오세요. Good news. Irregular 없어요. Whatsoever. 비읍? No. 디귿? No. What else is there? No irregulars. Okay. 불규칙 활용 없어요. 그래서 그냥 고예요. You know, the dictionary form has 다 ending, right? Like, and then you change that 다 to 고. That's it. 끝. 그게 다예요. 불규칙 활용 없어요. You're probably thinking, oh my god, the usage is gonna be headache. Maybe. 자, so what you do with 고 is, because you are changing verb or adjective endings, you're doing something to the verb and adjective, right? You're listing two or more adjectives and verbs. 자, 그래서 it means and, right? And that and can connect more than two verbs or adjectives regardless of the time order. 시간 순서 상관없어요. Doesn't matter. 그래서 you can either first list separate facts like the winter is cold and dry and miserable. Those facts, just listing. Or like on a school break, I watch TV and sleep and do nothing. Facts, separate facts. Or you can also talk about action A and action B. So you can use for both. 둘 다 써요. So 상관없어요. Doesn't matter. You can use 고 for both. So in a way, easy, right? Like 버튼 눌러주세요. 좋아요 눌러주세요. Okay. 자, 그러면 I said conjugation is really easy, right? Let's do that. 좋다, to be nice. We'll change to, you wanna type in? 좋아요 버튼 눌러주세요. 자, 좋다, to be nice, to be good. It is nice. And you wanna say more, will be 네, 좋고. 좋고. 예쁘다, to be pretty. Is pretty. And 어떻게 해요? John Lester님, is this the same as 하고? 하고. Two different things. There is this 하고. First, noun one. 하고. Noun two. So that's an independent word, which means and. Like noun A and noun two. 저하고 저희 아빠하고 진짜 닮았어요. I and my dad look really alike. Or this ending 하다, to do, conjugated to 하고. So in that case, it'll be do or does and. 공부하고 운동해요. I study and I work out. So 하고, they are the same form and same pronunciation, but there are two different 하고s. 자, 예쁘다는 예쁘고. 좋아요. 예쁘고. 라이미님, can you please talk about 고 at the end of the sentence? Yes, I will. And it's really simple actually. Wait for it. 자, 귀엽다, to be cute. Cute and 어떻게 해요? 귀엽다 becomes so it made sense. So 라이미님 asked about when 고 is at the end of the sentence, and I will definitely talk about it. I know other people probably want to know that too. 그쵸? 네, 귀엽다는 귀엽고. So if you want to say, and then I'll just go, because, you know, 맛있다, 맛있고. 예요. 그쵸? You're not that late. Welcome. 어서 오세요. So for example, my niece, so cute. My niece is so cute and adorable. So at the end of the sentence, verb or adjective comes. What if I want to use more than one verb or adjective? I want to list 2, 3, 4 verbs or 2, 3, 4 adjectives. So that's what we are doing. So if you wanted to say my niece is so cute and adorable, 예쁘다 여러분 is not just used for pretty. But when something is lovely, adorable, you also say 예쁘다. 그쵸? You don't have a keyboard for Korean? Oh. You can go to the keyboard setting on your computer. Nowadays, it's easy to install different languages. So install Korean IME keyboard. 네, so this will be 제 조카는 either niece or nephew, both are 조카. 제 조카는 너무 귀엽고 예뻐요. Or if you switch, 예쁘고 귀여워요, adorable and cute. Same meaning because there's no time order. It's just different facts that we are listing. 그쵸? 네, 맞아요. So you can either say 귀엽고 예뻐요, 예쁘고 귀여워요. It'll mean the same thing, just different order. 그쵸? I was working, Anna블루님 said, my 언니 you is so cute and adorable. 감사합니다, 신람님. I was working, my night shift is almost over. I can watch this class freely. 좋아요. 일라이언님, 예쁘장하다 is it's a variation of 예쁘다, right? So somebody is like in a pretty way, 예쁘장하게 생겼어요. Not as straightforward as 예뻐요. Kind of pretty in a pretty way, 예쁘장해요. So 비슷해요. It's synonym. niece 조카예요. 이쁘고 귀여워, colloquial, 구어체예요. 이뻐요, 이쁘고 귀여워, 좋아요. So listing two separate facts. 그쵸? 7A. 자, 그래서 한번 해볼까요, 여러분? 기분이 어때요? 오늘 기분이 어때요? 기분 하면 feeling, mood. 예요. 아니면 you can choose between these two. 요즘 어떻게 지내요? How are you doing nowadays? These days. Here are words for you to use, especially if you're a beginner. Like 피곤하다, 행복하다, 바쁘다, 힘들다, 즐겁다, 배고프다, 졸리다, 기분이 좋다, 일이 많다. All these. And you see I made 다 in red because you'll change that 다 to different endings. Examples, 예문이에요. 저는 요즘 nowadays 엄청 so much or really 일이 많고 바빠요. 일이 많다. Work to be much. There's a lot of work. 일이 많고 and 바빠요. Busy. I have a lot of work and I am busy. Or you can also tell me what you've been doing. Action. 괜찮아요. 저는 요새 colloquial way to say 요즘. Synonyms, but 요새 is more colloquial. 저는 요새 조금, a little bit, 조금 피곤하고 힘들어요. You can switch because you're just listing different facts. 바쁘고 일이 많아요. 괜찮아요. But make sure you don't say 바빠고. You have to work with the dictionary form. 바쁘고 일이 많아요. 괜찮아요. So this can be switched too. Type in your answers while I'm explaining. 여러분 답 쓰세요. 힘들고 피곤해요. 또 괜찮아요. 피곤하고 힘들어요. 힘들고 피곤해요. Switching doesn't really change anything here because there's no time order. 자, 여러분은 요즘 기분이 어때요? 어떻게 지내요? 자, 연습해요. 여러분 문장 쓰세요. TT and others 님 said 요즘은 요즘은 기분이 좋고 행복해요. 다행이에요. I'm glad to hear that. 배아님 저는 요즘 대학교 때문에 피곤하고 바빠요. 숙제가 많아요? 공부할 게 많아요? There are many things to study. 프라이어 P님 요즘에 많이 바쁘고 피곤해요. 여러분 다 바쁘고 피곤해요. 심란 카울님 you commented on my comment on Talk to Me in Korean and now I am here watching you instead of them. You should watch both of us. 티티믹도 보고 티티믹도 보고 제 비디오도 봐주세요. Watch TTMIC and also please watch my video. 감사합니다. 이빈응님 코로나에 확진돼서 you got it. It's not like you did for others, but you got diagnosed with it. 확진돼서 피곤하고 힘들어요. 진짜요? 빨리 나으세요. Get well soon. 은영님 요즘 일이 많아서 좀 졸리고 정신이 없어요. 네, 저도 이번 주에 정신이 없었어요. 비디오 많이 에디팅해서 좀 바빴어요. 일라이언님 저는 코로나에 걸려서 요즘은 심심하고 힘들어요. 제 방에서 항상 있으니까. quarantine 격리해요. 격리 is quarantine. 격리해요. 코로나 걸린 분 많네요. 여러분 빨리 나으세요. Get well soon. 다은님, 저는 요즘 일이 많고 바빠요. 좋아요. 7시 15분이에요. 미안해요, 선생님. 너무 피곤하고 바빠요. here. Another thing I want you to all pay attention. We wouldn't say 피곤해고. Don't change to 해요 form. Work with the dictionary form. 피곤하다. So it becomes 피곤하고 바빠요. You work at ER. 응급실에서 일해요. 피곤하겠다. 그쵸? You must be tired. 힘내세요. 푹 쉬세요. Take a good rest. 요즘 조금 피곤하고 배고파요. 랄라님. 행복하고 기분이 좋아요. 있어요. 코로나 때문에 답답하고 짜증나요. 답답하고 짜증나요. Frustrated and annoyed. 말라크님 요즘 학교 때문에 졸리고 힘들어요. 주드님 요즘 조금 피곤하고 항상 바빠요. 여러분 다 피곤하고 바빠요. 그쵸? 타이포? 오케이. 괜찮아요. 정신없고 피곤해요. 맞아요. 세라님 오랜만이에요. 어서오세요. 여러분 다 피곤하고 바빠요. 몇 명만 행복하네요. Just a few are happy. Let's make our morning or evening happy today. 오늘은 행복하게 보내요. 자, 다음 거 볼까요? So, I told you when you change verb or adjective endings, it's either sentence ending. Sentence ends there, or you connect sentences, right? And one of those connective endings is 고. So look at this. There are two sentences. Now we're gonna connect sentences. 보세요. 하늘님, 저는 요즘 선생님 때문에 한국어 잘할 수 있는 느낌이 들어요. You have a feeling that you can speak Korean. 좋아요. That's important to feel that way, 여러분. 일라이언님, 엘리언이에요. 오케이. 네, 알겠어요. 엘리언님. 자, 그러면 볼게요. 한국은 작아요. 그죠? Korea is small. 그리고 and 미국은 커요. United States huge. 그리고 여러분, you know this, right? 고. Look at this 고. They are the same 고, meaning and. That's what it is. So remember that. And then we're gonna combine these two. Okay? To combine sentences, a lot of people ask, how do I make complicated sentences, complex sentences? You keep the word order, right? And you are going to conjugate this last part, which is either verb or adjective, with whatever ending you want to put. So we're going to change this 작아요 part. So 작아요 dictionary form is 작다. So it becomes 작고. And now you can combine two sentences and keep going within one sentence. So this will be Korea is small, period, and US is big, period. And you are now combining to say one sentence. 한국은 작고 미국은 커요. Korea is small and the US is big, period. One sentence. 하나의 문장이 되는 거예요. 에디팅 기술이 좋아요. 감사합니다. 코비드 백신 맞았어요? 백신 맞다예요. 백신 맞았어요. 자, let's keep going. And then, look, it doesn't matter if the subjects are different. These two sentences have different subjects, right? Here, Korea is the subject. Here, the US is the subject. You can still connect with go. Doesn't matter. So go has really no limitation in a way. You know, time doesn't matter. Subject doesn't matter. So it's actually an easy grammar point. 자, 그래서 another example. 다른 예 하나 더 볼게요. 감사합니다. To call님. I hope to get more subscribers. Please share my videos. Okay. I get easily distracted with your chats, but so let's look at more examples. Now, these are same subject. Doesn't matter. You can still use. Cool. 저는 한국 사람이에요. I am a Korean person, right? 그리고 and 저는, but it's repeating, so probably I won't say it. 한국어를 가르쳐요. I teach Korean language. Combining these two, can you? How would you combine these two sentences, 여러분? 어떻게 할까요? Let me see your chat. 백신 맞았어요 is how you say I got my COVID vaccine. 코로나 백신 맞았어요. 투컬님 감사합니다. Hopefully it'll keep growing. 프리아피님 선생님은 예쁘고 친절해요. 감사합니다. 펠리시아님 선생님 그게 아니고 하고 그게 아니라 차이 있나요? 차이 없어요. 똑같아요. 이다가 옛날에 long time ago 뭐뭐이라 이렇게 썼어요. A lot of times it was used as 뭐뭐이라 뭐뭐 아니라 이렇게. So it remained. That's why you'll hear 그게 아니라 instead of 그게 아니고 똑같아요. 아니라 is more often used in conversations. 헬로 선생님 안녕하세요. 카이라띠님 디박신님 안녕하세요. 좀 늦게 왔어요. 괜찮아요. 맞아요. 여러분 잘하네요. 네라트가이님 크크크 easily distracted 한국어로 어떻게 말해요? easily 어떻게 하지? 저는 쉽게 정신이 팔려요. The first thing that comes into my mind is 정신이 팔리다. My mind is being sold to something else. 쉽게 정신 팔려요. So how can we say I have an 80-year-old son and his name is Tom naturally in Korean? For example, okay, 좋아요. I'll look at these two and then make a sentence. We can practice with 마리 프랑스님, 마리 W님's question. We can help her all together. 자, 저는 한국 사람이다, right? To be, dictionary form 뭐예요? Noun plus 이다. 이다. That's why you have to remember the dictionary form is 이다. So you'll change 다 to 고, 이고. I am Korean and 한국어를 가르쳐요. 이고. 자, if the noun ends with a consonant like 한국 사람, then you need 이고. If the noun ends with a vowel, then just 고. We are friends and 저희는 친구고예요. 사람이고예요. So 마리 프랑스님 asked a question that we can all practice with together. She asked, I'll copy and paste in the chat. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let me make that sentence and then I'll check other questions. So she wants to say, I have an 80-year-old son and his name is Tom. In Korean, the best way is you're introducing something about your son. So you start with my son, 제 아들은 8살이고 이름은 톰이에요. My son is 80 years old and his name is Tom, basically. So you're combining two sentences. 제 아들은 8살이에요. My son is 80 years old. 제 아들 이름은 Tom이에요. Two sentences combining with 그리고, basically. Let's see. 디아님 asked, 저는 인도 사람이고 물리 학생이에요. Is it correct? So you are Indian and you are physics student studying physics, right? We say 물리학과. When we talk about major, the study of something, you put 학. So 물리 is physics, and the studying of physics, the academic studying of physics is 물리학, and 과 is department. So the department of the physics, academic physics, you say 물리학과. So 물리학과 학생이에요. 이렇게 해요. 좋아요. 툭 같아요 is used a lot. 툭 같아요 뭐예요? 카이라띠님. TT and others. 선생님 이렇게 계속 잘하면 구독자 수가 10만 명 넘을 턱이 없어요. 안 넘을 턱이 없어요. There's no way you're not gonna exceed 100K. 감사합니다. 계속 열심히 할게요. 저는 한국 사람이고 여러분. 이고예요. 한국 사람이고 한국어를 가르쳐요. 예요. 좋아요. Maybe weird question. But it's probably related because we are looking at 그리고. So let's look at Christopher's surname's question, 여러분. Usually the connective endings are conjugating 그렇다, right? But why is it 그리고 here instead of 그렇고? It's actually, that was such Korean accent that it's actually, 잠깐만요. All those connective endings are from old words. For example, 그리하고, do that way, and shortened to 그리고. Because we all know this 흐 sound gets really weak between vowels, right? So we don't say 좋아요, it's 좋아요. So it kind of like disappeared and became 그리고, like old Korean. 그리하여서, do that, therefore became 그래서. So all those ones are coming from the old word 그리하다예요. Which is this 그리 in modern Korean is 그렇게. So 그렇게 하고 do so and 그렇게 해서 do so. So basically that's what it is. 안 잊어버렸어요? 네. Okay, 자 그러면 I am constantly distracted. 계속 정신 팔리고 있어요. 자 다음 거 볼게요. 이거 한국어로 만들어 보세요, 여러분. Change this to Korean. I live in the US and my family lives in Korea. 어떻게 해요? For beginners, I have the word here. 여기 있어요. 미안해요. 안 잊어버렸어요. 오케이, 좋아요. So for Christopher's surname's question, 그리하여서, 그래서, 그리하고, 그리고. It's from old expression. And it became one word already. if you say 그렇고, it's literally 그렇다, to be so, plus this 고 ending. It is so, that's that. And 그건 그렇고, that is that way. Okay. And let's move on. So it's used, but it's actually 그렇다 plus 고 in modern Korean. So hope that makes sense. Okay. 한국인이고 가르침은 아주 좋아요. 감사합니다. 저는 미국에 살고 저희 가족은 한국에 살아요. 좋아요. 선생님, can I say 에서 살고 like 아나이사 토롱님, 다은님 said yes. 살다, you can use both basically. But if we say 에 살다, it's like a location. Long term, they're just living there. If we say 에서 살다, it has a little temporary action meaning. So for example, you go abroad to study abroad. 지금, so usually you say with 고 있어요. I am living in Korea right now, like an active action. But it's not my permanent home kind of feel. But mostly you can use either. 저는 미국에 살고 저희 가족은 한국에 살아요. 좋아요. So earlier, Christopher's surname asked about 그렇고 versus 그리고, right? And I explained how it's from old 그리하고 became one word, 그리고. And TT and others name just asked, what's the meaning of 그렇고 말고? 그렇다 plus 고, to be so, it is so. And 말고 is actually, it is not, and. It is so and it is not so and, but it's an idiomatic expression almost. 그렇고 말고, of course it is so. No need to even ask. 그렇고 말고, of course, yeah, and let's move on. So you're agreeing very strongly. 그렇고 말고요. 당연하죠. 예요. 그렇군요. 몰랐네요. 좋아요. Can we omit 저희? Kind of need that there in a way because we're comparing me versus my family. But if you don't say 저희 가족, it's not very clear whose family we're talking about. So I will keep 저희 there because it's not repeating basically. It's two different subjects still. 그쵸? Okay. 이것도 한국어로 해보세요. On the weekdays, and literal translation for you to use particle, topic particle 은는, it's actually as for on the weekdays, I work. And as for on the weekends, I take a rest. 한국어로 어떻게 할까요? 아나블루님, 미국에서 살고. So we don't omit anything. It keeps all the dictionary form. 살다, 살고. Yeah. 심란님, 안녕하세요. 저는 한국 사람이 아닙니다. 저는 인도 출신입니다. 저는 학생입니다. 저는 멋있습니다. 잘했어요. 귀여워요. That was so cute. 잘했어요. Good job. Just make sure not but 저는 I am. 조희 is for someone like possession, right? 저희 is yes, it's our in a humble way. 우리 is plain. 우리 엄마, my mom, but to use in a humble way with polite ending, it becomes 저희 엄마. 저희 엄마예요. This is my mom. 진짜 귀여워요. 귀여웠어요. That was really cute. Perfect practice. 그쵸? 네, 좋아요, 여러분. Okay, so there are two ways. You could just say, I see a lot of you are doing it. 평일은, as for the weekdays, 일하고. But you can also say 평일에는. Because 평일 is the time word, and people naturally use 에 after, and then you put topic particle 은는. So topic particle, the biggest difference between 이가 versus 은는 can come after another particle like this, whereas 이가 can only be attached directly to the noun, only after a subject, right? But topic particle can come after anything, basically. So as for on the weekdays, 주중에는 or 평일에는 일하고 주말에는 쉬어요. You can also say 평일은, 주중은 일하고 주말은 쉬어요. 괜찮아요. 괜찮아요. 쉬어요. Okay, I see which is a common mistake to 쉬어요 versus 쉬워요. 자, 쉬다 to rest. To be easy, 쉽다. Easy, right? 자, when we are changing 쉬다, 여러분. 잠깐만요. 쉬다, delete, and then 어요. That's it. 쉬어요. So this is rest. 쉬어요. Okay? 쉽다, delete. There is 비읍. 비읍 is irregular. 비읍 changes to 우. So it becomes 쉬우. I'll write again here. 쉬우. And then 어요. 쉬워요 is easy. 쉬어요. 쉬워요. Two rounded syllables. 쉬워요. 쉬어요. 예요. 은는 필요해야 돼. 근데 은는 안 해도 괜찮아요. If you use 은는, you're like comparing. As for this, but on the other hand, as for that. But you could just say 평일에 일하고 주말에 쉬어요. On the weekdays, I work. On the weekend, I rest. So all of them are all grammatically perfectly correct. 다 맞아요. So that's why you don't have to worry too much about these topic particles a lot of times. 그쵸? 자, 볼게요. I'll read your comments while you are doing this. 자, 좋아하는 한국 드라마, 노래, 연예인 이야기 해주세요. 왜 좋아요? 이유 2가지 이상. 이상 is above. 2개 이상. 2 or more reasons 주세요. Examples you can use 노래를 잘하다, 연기를 잘하다, 춤을 잘 추다, 노력하다. 항상 노력해요. That person always puts effort and keeps getting better. 예쁘다, 멋있다, 잘생기다, 개성이 있다. Has own charm, unique charm. 개성이 있다. This is very common phrase. 끼가 많다. 끼 is like you're born with that kind of talent. Somebody has that natural born talent to be an entertainer. 웃기다, 감동적이다, 가사, 멜로디, 줄거리. So give 2 reasons of what you like or who you like and why you like them. Let's see. 뱁새님? 안녕하세요. 저는 야스민입니다. 불가리아에서 왔어요. 반갑습니다. 티치님 왔어요? 늦게 왔어요? 괜찮아요. 아마 티치님한테는 지금부터가 더 도움이 될 거예요. 아나블루님, too easy on the weekends. 쉬워요. How to improve Korean writing? You gotta write. So maybe write a journal. Keep writing. 계속하세요. And when we are doing live, also write in Korean. Short sentences. 좋아요. So 여러분, practice makes perfect. 그쵸? 연습해야 돼요. 연습만이 살 길이에요. Only practice is way to live, to survive. So 많이 써야 돼요. You have to write a lot if you wanna be good at writing. Hello, 안녕하세요, 샤이니님. 자, 그러면 여러분 좋아하는 한국 드라마, 가수, 영화, 노래 이야기 해주세요. 왜 좋아해요? Write more than 2 reasons. I wanted to show you examples for those of you who need examples. For example, you can say 저는 아이유가 좋아요. 노래를 잘하고 연기도 잘해요. she's good at singing. And also at acting, she's good. 자, 노래를 잘하고 the second one you can use 도 also. 연기도 잘해요. 랩도 잘하고 he's good at rapping. 춤도 잘 춰요. So you can say 도 instead of 을을 saying also good at this and also good at that 할 수 있어요. 아이고. 볼게요. 늦었어요? 괜찮아요. We're practicing. NCT 멤버들은 개성이 있고 잘생겼어요. 잘했어요. 좋아요. I need a little help with this sentence. 디아님, look at other people's sentences. That helps too. 다른 사람이 쓴 문장. That's examples. 텔마님, 지금 우리 학교에는 지금 넷플릭스로 with Netflix. 지금 우리 학교는 보고 있어요. You're watching All of Us Are Dead. 재미있고 it's fun and 한국어 자막 있으니까 because there is Korean subtitles. 잘했어요. 또 늦었어요? 이슬님? 괜찮아요. 지금 하고 있어요. 계속 하면 돼요. I hate writing. That's why I am very bad at it. That's true. You have to write more, right? To get better. 디박신님, 아이유님은 진짜 좋아요. 너무 열심히 일하고 최고예요. 맞아요. 아이유는 참 대단해요. 존 레스터님, 엑소 노래 너무 좋아요. 엑소 멤버는 다 comes right before the verb part. 엑소 멤버는 다 노래를 잘하고 멋있어요. 잘했어요. 아나블루님, 저는 엘프예요. 그리고 슈퍼주니어가 너무 웃기고 잘생기고 끼가 많아요. 맞아요. 슈퍼주니어 멤버들은 진짜 웃겨요. 그쵸? 심라님, I wrote a page of my diary. 좋아요. Keep doing that. 계속하세요. 배아님, 저는 방탄소년단하고 Tomorrow by Together가 좋아요. 왜냐하면 재능이 많고 재능 talent 노력해요. 좋아요. 잘했어요. 크리스토퍼 서님, 도깨비는 we say 제가 제일 좋아하는 한국 드라마예요. It's going up. 결말은 정말 놀라게 했고 음악도 꽤 좋아요. 맞아요. 저도 도깨비 그래서 진짜 좋아했어요. 방탄소년단은 멋있고 잘생겼어요. 좋아요. 오웬님, 서예진님 목소리가 깊고 deep voice, 연기를 잘 할 수 있어서 좋아해요. 좋아요. 저는 주중에 일하고 오케이. 가디처님, 수혜님, 배우 이재훈을 좋아해요. 좋아해요 is the verb. You like him. He's the object. 연기 잘하고 개성이 있어요. 맞아요. 태형 오빠가 노래를 잘하고 목소리도 감동적이에요. 좋아요. 한국 드라마는 줄거리가 재미있고 그림이 아름다워요. So 재미있다, 아름답다 are adjectives. Adjectives cannot have the object. So it comes with 이가 always. 선생님, let's study with outside the 외톨이. 갑자기? Suddenly? 라이언님, 윤여정은 제가 제일 좋아하는 배우예요. 연기를 진짜 너무 잘 하시고 끼가 많은 분이에요. 맞아요. 라이언님, 네일아트 가이님 described the actress 윤여정 with the noun modifying form. 분 is honorific way to say 사람, person. So he described she is the person who's really good at acting and has a lot of talent. So that's how you make the noun modifying form to describe somebody. If you watched my solo 지옥 singles inferno ideal type 이상형 video, that's how you can do that. Now you can use this 고 and say more than one thing about your ideal type. 그쵸? I am reading through your examples because it's good examples, but I think will have to go a little faster. 엘리언님, 이태민님 좋아해요. 노래를 잘하고 춤도 잘 추고요. 태민 노래 가사가 감동적이고 목소리가 매력 있어요. 좋아요. So when I read out loud other people's examples, look at their examples and see how I correct them and pay attention to the pronunciation as well. 지리산 드라마를 좋아해요. object. 풍경이 너무 아름답고 dictionary form 아름답다. So don't change anything. 아름답고 재미있어요. 마리비님, 저는 대장금 드라마 너무 좋아해요. 드라마 줄거리도 좋고 배우도 너무 예뻐요. 좋아요. 방탄을 좋아해요. 가사가 외롭고 감동적이에요. It's lonely. Their lyrics are lonely. 그럼 외롭고 예요. 외롭고 감동적이에요. 디아님, 저는 방탄소년단이 멋있고 잘생겨서 좋아요. 방탄소년단이 멋있고 because that 방탄소년단 is an important subject here. So you'll use subject particle 이가. I like BTS. BTS가 좋아요. 저는 좋아하는 가수는 The best way to say this is 제가 좋아하는 가수는 방탄소년단이죠. 개성이 있고 끼도 있고 노래도 좋아요. 저는 강승윤 좋아해요. 노래를 잘하고 멋있어요. 인드라님, 요즘은 고민씨 배우 좋아해요. 진짜 예뻐요. 예쁘고 귀엽고 사랑스러워서요. 진짜 예쁘더라고요. She is really pretty. 타샤님, 저는 가수들이 다 좋아요. 다 comes right before verbs and adjectives. 근데 저는 웃기고 멋있고 예쁘고 끼가 많은 아티스트 좋아요. 잘했어요. 세라님, 저는 대부분 한국 드라마 다 좋아요. 왜냐하면 연예인들 너무 끼가 많고 내용도 좋고. 저는 차은우를 좋아해요. 이 사람은 잘생기고 웃겨요. 좋아요. 오케이. Give comfort. 네네네네네. Give comfort. 위로가 돼요. 자, 위로 is comforting somebody. 위로가 되다. It is comforting. It becomes comforting. 위로가 되고. Their lyrics are comforting, gives you comfort, and it's nice. 감동적이에요. touching. 좋아요. 옛날 드라마 봐요. 자, 그래서 there's some examples, 여러분. So most of these examples will list two different facts or actions and look at go part, how they continue their sentence. 뭐뭐하고, 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 like that. And then we'll look at the one action and second action time order. Okay? 예문 볼게요. I tried to use the examples you guys recommended. 준비됐어요? Ready? 시작할게요.
어떨 때 행복해하고 어떨 때 싫어하고 어떨 때 좋아하고 어떨 때 화내고 뭔가 이런 게 좀 궁금해졌어요.
너무 고생했고 나 때문에 미안하기도 하고 고맙다 지연아.
난 너가 이 세상에서 제일 좋고 난 너가 그 누구보다 소중하고 난 너만 생각하면서 살고 싶고 난 너가 제일 좋아.
만약에 말이야 우리가 진짜 헤어지면 어떡하지? 내가 너 버리고 가면?
다시는 안 봐.
야 최우 내가 너 다시 찾아가면
물 뿌리고 소금 뿌려서 내쫓을 거야.
내가 무슨 악기냐?
묵비권을 행사할 수 있으며 변호사 선임 권리가 있고 지금부터 하는 모든 말은 법정에서 불리하게 적용될 수 있습니다.
야!
서재.
어떨 때
So actually there are a lot of examples with go. 진짜 많아요. 위로해주다 돼요. 위로하다 as a verb, 위로해주다도 돼요. 맞아요. 제가 제일 좋아하는 드라마는 택시, 문법이에요. 택시예요. 이재훈 배우가 있고 좋은 장면도 너무 많고 OST도 너무 좋아요. 네. 한국어로 미란다 원칙 저렇게 말해요. 자, 그리고 이거 한번 볼게요, 여러분. Actually, I had another example where they're interviewing the singles inferno people. Where did that go? 어디 갔지? 지연 is saying like I had a lot of things to think about and I had that example. I must have edited out somehow. 자, 볼게요, 여러분. Comment. Go wash your hands. No, you. But comments, we don't say no, right? So we just say, 모범 택시. 네, 너 말 안 해요. We don't say no. Just go wash your hands. 손 씻어. And, 그리고 밥 먹어. And eat. So washing hand is now happening first, right? And then eating after that. So it could be chronological order too. So 손 씻고 밥 먹어. 손 씻고 밥 먹어. This is like what we hear all the time at home. Moms will say 손 씻고 밥 먹어. 예요. 씻다. To wash. So 씻고 밥 먹어. So this is two actions that happen one and then the other back to back chronologically. So 고 can be used for both. Either just separate, doesn't matter what time, or A and B happens afterwards as well. 세스님 회의에 가야 돼요. 수업 고맙고 다음에 또 봐요. 네, 알겠어요. 회의 잘 하고 오세요. Go do well in the meeting. 비밀의 숲 드라마 맞아요. 진짜 좋았어요. 자, another example like that is this. 너 밥 먹어. Eat. Okay? And go. 그리고 가. Don't just go. Eat and go. How would you say that? This is how if you visit your friend's house or anybody who's older and they will not want you to go without eating something, right? Eat lunch, eat dinner before you go. 어떻게 할까요? I watch 사두 cartoon without subtitles. Does it help? If you understand everything, but it also helps to turn on Korean subtitles to see exactly what they are saying. 밥 먹고 가요. 밥 먹고 first eat and go. 가. 먹다 becomes 먹고. 밥 먹고 가. Don't just go. Eat and go. 밥 먹고 가. 밥 먹고 가세요. 식사하고 가세요. Like that. So actions that happen chronologically. One first and then two. 그쵸? Okay, I know that question was gonna come. Ria Conrad님, but isn't 서 also used in that case? When do we use 고 and when do we use 서? Like also 아서, right? It's a whole different class, so we are not gonna go into it very deeply. But 서 여러분, 어서 아서. It's basically reason, right? Reason. This 서 is so, 그래서, and result, right? So for 서, this must happen so that this can happen. And so this is precondition. And from this to this is a continuous action. So very closely related. So continuum, basically. So you can say 과일, fruit, 씻어서 first wash and then eat. 먹어요. You wash it so that you can eat. Whereas 고 is just one angle and two. Not necessarily this is precondition. You do one action and then you do another one. So also 아서 is used in a very particular context. A lot of times you use 가다, you go somewhere and then do something there. 집에 가서 텔레비전 봐요. 오다, 와서 텔레비전 봐요. You come here first, so then you can do something here. Another thing, 만나서, you meet so that you can do something together. 친구 만나서 And then together 영화 봤어요. We watched a movie. 태어나서 저는 울산에서 태어나서 자랐어요. I was born first in Ulsan so that I was raised there. 고 is just two separate actions that happened in time order, not continuum. Okay. I know if you are intermediate, you will have that question. Maybe I can make a separate lesson about it. 라면 먹고 갈래요? Exactly. There you go. 라면 먹고 갈래요? Don't just go. Eat 라면. Come inside and then go. 그쵸? 좋아요. Our beloved lover. 너무 좋았어요. 저도. 진짜 좋았어요. 민유리님, 거짓말하고 lie and then 얼굴을 붉혔어요. The face got red. 그쵸? 좋아요. 카이라띠님, 선생님, can we also say like 밥 먹고 가지고 가세요? You eat and then take it with you? If there is something that they are taking, yes. Grammatically, you can say that. Okay, 좋아요. So, one phrase that you want to remember is this transportation by bus, by taxi, by subway, by car, by airplane to get on it and then you go. So in Korean, you could say 로, right? By means of 버스로 가요, 택시로 가요, 지하철로 가요, 차로 가요, 비행기로 가요. I go by bus, by taxi. But you will hear this as much. 택시 타고 가. So taxi is the vehicle and you ride it, you get on it, which is 타다. And then you go. You get on and go. 택시 타고 가, take the taxi in Korean. Don't walk, it's cold. 추워. 택시 타고 가. To school, 학교에 I go by bus. I get on the bus and go. 버스 타고 가요. 저는 매일 버스 타고 학교 가요. 버스 타고 학교에 가요. Or word order is kind of flexible in Korean. 저는 학교에 버스 타고 가요. Either works. Okay, so remember that 타고 you use a lot with 고 form. You don't say 타서 가. You say 타고 가. It's a fixed expression. Saria Yunas님, how to say go wash hands and then eat. But that one you still use 씻고. 손 씻고 밥 먹어. Wash and then eat. When you say you wash, there is one thing, apple, right? To eat this, you are washing this first. So like for that apple, it's a continuous action. But washing hands and eating here are two different actions. Just say 손 씻고 and 밥 먹어. Because you can eat without washing your hands. It's separate actions. 세라님, 선생님, the earlier question, will I be able to put it this way too? 평일 때, 이상해요. 평일에가 더 나아요. 평일 때 조금 이상해요. 때 makes something that's not necessarily time word into time. So 고등학생 때, 고등학생 itself is not a time related word. To make it into when I was high school, you put 때. But 평일 is already a time related word. So 에 sounds better. A particle for time words. Anna Bulu님, I have to go. I'm heading home. I hope join later. 좋아요. Hopefully you get home before we are finished. 네, 추우니까 택시 타고 가세요. 택시 타고 가세요. Go is normally just two actions, right? Yes. More than two, go in a sentence is not used. 아니요, you can use it. You can use it. 예쁘고, 착하고, 귀엽고, 똑똑하고, 사랑스러워요. You can use more than two. Two plus, two and more. 자, so for example, how did you get here? all the way here in Korean is 여기까지 못 타고 왔어요. How did you get here? To this point, 여기까지. What? 뭐? Got on and came here. 못 타고 왔어요. Please remember. So like 손 씻고 밥 먹어. That one. 뭐 타고 가. These are like fixed with 고. So it's almost helpful to remember it as like a chunk, almost like an idiom, rather than thinking about why this or why that. But because it's not clear cut, it is difficult. So no matter how much explanation you hear, it's not going to be clear cut, right? So in a way, it's helpful to remember these are just used with 고. 어르신한테 손 씻고 진지 드세요 할 수 있어요. 네, but you are not gonna tell them what to do, right? In that way, socially speaking, it's kind of could be rude. Who are you to tell me? 네가 뭔데 나한테 손을 씻으라고? If they are 꼰대, 그쵸? But grammatically correct, yes. Two different subjects, hand washing and food eating. It's the same subject. You go wash your hands, you eat. That's why it's confusing, I can see. And I know it is confusing. And there is no clear-cut explanation that helps. 죄송해요. 아니요, you can use with verbs as adjectives as well. 퇴근 시간이에요. 집에 가고 내일 다시 영상 볼 거예요. 네, 티치님 집에 조심해서 가세요. Are there any other conjugation which can be used as and? 으며. But it's only in written texts. 감사합니다. Bless you. 감사합니다. How do you say you in Korean without being rude? That's a different subject. I have a video. Please go to my beginning level playlist and find how to say you. Okay. I came here by subway. You'll say 지하철 타고 왔어요. So for transportation, we use 타고 가다, 타고 오다. When you go back, go with my car. I'll drive you. In Korean, people say, 갈 때, you came here by subway. When we go back, ride my car. 제 차 타고 가요. 제 차 타고 가요. 제 차 타고 가세요. 이렇게 말해요. So 타고 가다. Another thing, 여러분, 알고 is another thing that you always use with 고. So like 손 씻고 밥 먹어. 버스 타고 가. And 알고 do something. You think you know or you know and do something else. We use 알고. 그쵸? So this was one of the examples you suggested. It's from extracurricular 인간 수업. This kid is saying 유령 동아리인 줄 알고 들어갔어. 여러분 죄송해요. This is I have to change that. But I thought I knew, but he didn't. But you can use this 은 줄 알고. I thought I knew, but it was incorrect. This is like a fixed grammar expression as well. I thought I knew it was a ghost club, student club. Like nobody is active. It's inactive. That's why I joined it. But actually it's pretty active. 유령 동아리인 줄 알고 들어갔어. I thought I knew and I did that, but I was wrong. It's fixed expression. So 알고. And then another thing is, it's not that I knew it. I'm sorry, it was a mistake in Korean. Like another fixed grammatical expression that use 고 is 내가 알고 그런 게 아니잖아. You know, it is not the fact that I did it knowing that. It's not that I knew it and did it, you know. It was a mistake. 내가 알고 그런 게 아니야. 알고 한 거 아니에요. 이렇게 말해요. It's like an almost idiomatic expression, fixed expression. 재채기 할 때 when somebody sneezes 아무 말도 안 해요. You don't say anything. You pretend not to see it. Definitely watch Sam's video, but really simply you use what they are. 선생님, 사장님, 할머님, 감사합니다 for answering. 대답해 주셔서 감사합니다. 라이언님, 티치님, 빠빠이. 감기 조심하세요. Sorry for asking things from outside today's topic. 괜찮아요, but we'll try to focus. As long as it's a short question, I can answer. 네, 좋아요. So does that give a negative meaning when using 알고? If you use 은 줄 알고. If you say 은 줄 알고, then this is used to say, I thought I knew that was true, but it wasn't. Like in English too, I thought it was, meaning it wasn't, right? So that's the same expression. I thought it was, but it was not. 한국 사람인 줄 알고 한국어 했어요. 근데 미국 사람이었어요. I thought he or she was Korean, so I spoke in Korean, but it turns out they are American. So you thought you knew, and that's the fixed expression using 알다 plus 고 ending. Yeah. Okay. So 내가 알고 한 거 아니야. It's not that I knew and still did it. So that's another fixed expression. I have short clip using 타고, and also one and then the next one happens afterwards. So in 솔로 지옥, Singles Inferno, 세훈 is asking, 막걸리 맛있게 먹었어요? Did you enjoy 막걸리? Rice wine? And she said, 한 잔 마시고 바로 취했어요. I drank 1 cup and then I got drunk immediately. So 마시다 first and then 취하다, get drunk. And then you'll see 타다 in song lyrics and when they're having conversations. 그래서 보세요. Just pretend not to see. 네, 없어요. Bless you, 없어요. 자, 볼게요. 어디 갔지? 자, 시작.
막걸리 맛있게 마셨어요.
막걸리 한 잔 마시고 바로 취했어요.
아 진짜요?
덜컹거리는 전철을 타고 찾아가는 그 길
덜컹거리는 전철을 타고 찾아가는 그 길.
헬기 타고 갈 때 어땠어요? 좋았어요?
너무
네, so 헬기 타고 갈 때 when you're going riding the helicopter, 전철을 타고, 전철 is old way to say 지하철. You can say 전철. Okay. 네, 해화동 맞아요. 자, 그러면 여러분 오늘 뭐 해요? 오늘 뭐 해요? 말해주세요. So for example, 공부하다, 일하다, 보다, 만나다, 먹다, 가다, 청소하다, 요리하다, 외식하다, to go out and eat, somebody랑 통화하다, 그리고 자다. So for example, 저는 오늘 청소하고 크리스마스 데코 치워야 돼요. I have to put it away. 청소하고 외식해요. And then we're going to a restaurant. Alright. What about future tense, 선생님? What if I want to say I will or I am going to? Just change the sentence ending. You don't have to do anything to go. There's no tense. Easy. 저는 아마 probably 친구랑 통화하고 런닝맨 볼 거예요. Just change the end for the tense. 그래서 오늘 뭐 하는지 써주세요. Write what you're doing today. There are a lot of chats. Bless you는 없어요. Do you have feel life? 없어요. I don't know how many of social media accounts I can handle. So I'm trying not to open more. 없어요. So I have Instagram, YouTube, and I have Facebook page. And I'm working on my own website, which is going super slow. So I'm not opening any other social media accounts. And yes, I am not idle either. 네, there are a lot of YouTubers, 맞아요. 해화동, okay. 네일아트 가이님, I like the Korean way. Here in the US, it can be so awkward. Someone sneezes and you say bless you and they look at you and yeah, I know. And you have to say thank you all the time. Can you just pretend not to see me? 오늘 이랬어요. I like the reply series. 저도 좋아했어요. 커피 마시고 유튜브 봐요. 좋아요. 유튜브예요. 커피 마시고 유튜브 봐요. 오늘 이따가 공부하고 TV를 볼 거예요. 좋아요. 은영님, 오늘 저는 남편이랑 집안일 house chores 혼자 한국어를 공부해요. 좋아요. You're really the best teacher. 감사합니다. 오늘은 Korean Dream 선생님과 함께 or 선생님이랑 함께 한국어 공부하고 있어요. 좋아요. 미미님, 선생님, can we use a past version of this grammar point? Like 공부했고 드라마를 봤어요. So that's one thing. 잠깐만요. To answer that question, let me show you this. Past tense technically comes at the end as well. So for example, 어제 뭐 했어요? And you want to say the same thing, right? I cleaned and then I went to a restaurant. Then you'll say 저는 어제 청소하고 just leave 청소하고 and change the ending. 외식했어요. And also 저는 어제 at home, if you wanna say 집에서 친구랑 통화하고 leave it there. 런닝맨 봤어요. But you're probably thinking I saw people saying 청소했고 or 통화했고, 먹었고. Technically, linguistically speaking, it's only attached to the dictionary stem. However, people do use with past tense suffix. In these ones, it's more natural to just say 고 and change the ending to the past tense. But if you want to say it's done and gone, it's complete, over, and people use 먹었고, 청소했고. So you are thinking to yourself, okay, what do I have to do? Okay, done cleaning, 청소했고, okay. I studied Korean, done. 한국어 공부했고, done. What else do I have to do? 청소하고 빨래 해야 돼. I need to do cleaning and laundry. So people use that too. Does that make sense? Okay, 볼게요. I'm German and I get offended when someone doesn't say bless. 오늘은 그냥 이랬어요. 오늘 한국어 공부하고 쌤의 영상 봐요. 보여요 is you are not doing anything and something is just visible to you. But to say you are watching something, 봐요. 예, 한국어 공부하고 쌤의 영상 봐요. 그리고 오늘 친구를 만나고 밥을 먹어요. 저는 오늘 공부하고 커피 마실 거예요. 좋아요. 저는 오늘 청소하고 자고 드라마 보고 지금은 한국어를 공부해요. Can you explain about 과? It's and. First noun and, second noun 과 or 와. 저는 오늘 일하고 친구하고 or there 친구와 같이 저녁을 먹었어요. 좋아요. You have to go. 가야 돼요. 안녕히 가세요, 수지님. 오늘은 공부만 해야 해서 즐거운 하루일 것 같아요. 좋아요. 아침에는 학교에 가고 to go에 to come from is 에서 학교에 가고 지금 한국어를 공부하고 있어요. 좋아요. 오늘 밥을 먹고 드라마를 조금 볼 거예요. 그 다음에 아마 책을 읽을 거예요. 좋아요. 저는 오늘 일하고 한국어를 배워요. 오늘 동생이랑 산책하고 go for a walk. 마트에서 애들 과자를 사왔어요. 좋아요. You bought kids snacks. 좋아요. 오케이. 좋아요, 여러분. 오케이, 그러면 this, there you go. at, 얻고, the past tense. People do use it, and mostly to emphasize done. It's done, complete, and gone. It's bygone. It's in the past. That's when you use 얻고, ат고. Even if technically it shouldn't come with past tense, people do use it a lot with the past tense. So say, okay, that's done, and it's in the past. 다 했고, okay, that's done. 청소 다 했고, 런닝맨 보자. Let's just watch Running Man. 이렇게 할 수 있어요. 오늘 청소하고 Korean Dream 과 because that ends with the consonant, it's 과. Korean Dream 선생님과 한국어 공부해요. Yeah. 한국어 공부하고 샤워하고 아마 드라마를 볼 거예요. 좋아요. 여러분 잘해요. You're all good. So we're approaching the end. 거의 다 했어요. 다 끝났어요. 자, I've seen this at the end of the sentence. Yes, you have. So if you end the sentence with 고, just say 고. And if you want to be polite, you can put 고요. 그러면 이거예요. And blah 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 too. To add something else. You already said something. And this too. That's what you do with 고요. 선생님, can I say 요 in between sentences? People do. In colloquial usage. When you're having a conversation. 저는 오늘 일하고요. 한국어 공부하고요. 샤워하고요. 이렇게 해요. But it's not grammatically correct because sentence is not ending and you is a sentence ender. But when people are talking and thinking, they do that. And you hear 구요 instead of 고. Okay, technically, 고 is correct, 구 is not correct. It's incorrect, but used. So technically in Seoul dialect, this is the colloquial variation of 고, meaning it's the same. They're not gonna write 구 for formal writings, so it is 고. But when you're talking, you'll hear people saying 구 a lot. Instead of 도, you'll hear 두 a lot. So 나도, me too, 나도, 저도, 저도요, you hear that a lot. Same thing. That's colloquial Seoul dialect, basically. 나도. So 하고요. Instead of 하고요, a lot of people say 하고요. I personally think there is a logic for it. Because between O and U, the vowel O and U is less effort. Your lips are almost closed. It requires less tongue movement, lip movement to say 우 than 오. 우가 쉬워요. That's why instead of 나도, just drop the lips. 하고. That's probably why. 군 is a different ending. It's a completely different ending. When you're realizing, acknowledging new information. 그쵸? 그래서 이렇게 할 수 있어요. We saw this. 주중에는 일하고 주말에는 쉬어요. You ended your sentence. And then, and I sometimes meet with my friends too. Then you go, 가끔 친구도 만나고요. 이렇게 해요. And something too. And you're ending it. So if you are hearing a sentence that ends with 고요, it's adding something to the previous sentence most of the time. So another example, 아이유는 노래도 잘하고 예뻐요. 연기도 잘하고요. And she's good at acting too. So you're adding another sentence, another information. 연기도 잘하고요. That's it. So that's how you use this 구요 as at the sentence ender. You probably heard, I know one of you commented on the community tab as a suggestion. I'm opening it. The Twice 노래 가사가 있었어요. There was a Twice song lyrics. I am going to copy and paste. 어딨지? 여기 있다. 잠시만요. 여기 있거든요. 제가 여기에 넣을게요. 오빠 안녕. 대학 선배가 왔어요. There's my college 선배. 팬이에요. 사랑해요. 윤재림 우유빛깔 같은 소리 하고 있네. 안 자요. 자요. 자. Go sleep. And why do you have 한소희 in your 푸사? 푸사가 왜 한소희야? 그래서 this song lyrics, Twice song lyrics. 왜 자꾸 날 연구해? Why do you keep studying me? Why do you keep researching me? 아인슈타인도 아니고 you're not, Einstein either. 왜 그렇게 각을 재? Why do you keep measuring the angles? Playing game, basically. 사인, 코사인도 아니고. 밀고 당기는 게 밀당 is playing games, push and pull. 내 스타일은 더 아니고, and that's not my style, even more so. So here, 여러분, earlier, remember? 선생님, 손 씻어서 밥 먹어, or 손 씻고 밥 먹어, and I basically said just memorize. It's 손 씻고 밥 먹어. Like almost like a fixed expression, right? Because 손 씻다 and 밥 먹다 are not necessarily has to be one continuum. And same thing 타고 가요. 버스 타고 가요. Why not 버스 타서 가요? It's just 버스 타고 가요. 알고 해요. Something you know something or you think you know and do something, right? 알고 해요. Another thing is this. Noun 도 아니고. It's used in this way to say, and it's not like you are that. 네가 아인슈타인도 아니고, it's not like you're Einstein either, Why are you doing this? Why do you keep studying me? Stop studying me. So you are not, and, you are not, I am not, whatever. He's not either. Then you say, 도 아니고. If it gets really warm suddenly in winter, 아니 여름도 아니고, it's not even summer either. 왜 이렇게 더워? Why is it this hot? So you can use it. It's like a fixed expression as well, using 아니고. Thank God for this lesson. I hear this used and ending all the time. 네, 맞아요. They're adding something. 이재님. Scientist 맞아요. I feel this would be good for couples when the wife wants from her husband to buy things for house and she forgets something and then she adds, I can say, 집에 우유 없어. 우유 좀 사와. Go buy milk. 맞다. 요거트도 없고. And we don't have yogurt either. 그리고 브로콜리도 없고. 그냥 같이 가자. Let's just go together. So go, adding more. 내일 아트가 because I recently have been hearing 뭐죠? 군구나. 네네네. 군구나 is when you are speaking out loud when you realize something. 도깨비 said it all the time. 재밌군. 난감하군. 이렇게 많이 했어요. You write this all the time, so you remember it. So you're adding something, basically. So it's a really short clip, and this is the last thing. They are talking about, in Singles Inferno, 솔로지옥 클립이에요. So 지연 is saying, they're talking about 세훈, this guy, liking 지연 a lot, and she's saying, you know, and it's not like I am attracted to him. There is no attraction yet. But if I choose him to go to paradise with him, I feel like it's almost rude, you know, and I feel like it's kind of rude. And the other girl, Soyeon, will say, yeah, and you can hurt his feelings too. Ironically, that might be even worst thing you do. So she will say, 상처 줄 수도 있고. So she's adding to what the other girl said. Yeah, and you could hurt him too. So that's how they use it. 한번 보세요. Watch this.
아직 내가 끌림이 없는데 막 선택을 해서 거길 가면 또 그것도 약간 그 사람한테 예의가 아닐 수 있고 하니까
상처가 될 수도 있고.
오히려
상처가 될 수도 있고, and it could be hurting his feelings. 그죠? So that's how you use at the end of the sentence. 끝났어요. We're done. 그러면 another kind of fixed way to use this is with the verb 끝나다. Something ends. 수업이 or 가, something does, and it's intransitive. Doesn't have a object. It's always something ends. And then you change 다 to 고, 끝나고, something ends. After something finishes, what do, right? 수업 끝나고 보자. I'll see you after the class. 수업 ends and I'll see you. 수업 끝나고 보자. 그쵸? 이렇게 하거든요. 여러분 오늘 수업 끝나고 뭐 할 거예요? 저는 수업 끝나고 청소해야 돼요. 집이 너무 더러워. 너무 더러워서 청소해야 돼요. So that's another thing. 끝나고. 프리아 피님, 가족도 아니고요. 왜 같이 살아요? 맞아요. 그렇게 써요. It's not like they're family either. Why would they live together? 가족도 아니고 왜 같이 살아? 아니 우리가 연인도 아니고 it's not like we are in a relationship. We're not lovers. 내가 널 왜 도와줘? Why would I help you? 아니 우리가 친구도 아니고 you know, it's not like we're friends either. 나한테 그걸 왜 물어봐? Why would you ask me? So, and it's not like we are. It's not like, you know, either. That's 도 아니고. 예요. 수업이 끝나고 바로 자요? 굿나잇이에요. 안녕히 주무세요. 배아님은 수업 끝나고 크로셰 해요? 보통 그런 크로셰 니링 뜨개질이라고 해요. 뜨개질 해요. 라고 많이 해요. 수업 끝나고 아침 먹어요. 거기는 이제 이른 아침이죠. It's still early morning. 그쵸? Thank you for the lesson. This was my first live with you and I learned so much. 고맙습니다. Same. Waiting to join more lives. 감사합니다 for joining. 라이브 와주셔서 감사합니다. 자, 여러분 오늘도 열심히 공부해 주셔서 감사합니다. Thank you for studying hard with me. 오늘은 여기까지예요. That's all I have for today. I love today's lesson. 다행이에요. I'm glad. So I try to make it beginning level, appropriate at the beginning and then add more. So hopefully, you know, you had something for you. Hopefully there was something for everyone. 다 도움이 됐으면 좋겠어요. 감사합니다. 저도 감사합니다, 여러분. 다음 주 라이브는 while you're saying thank you, I'll give you heads up for next week. 다음 주는 slang이에요. So of course, I'll also make a community post saying any Korean slangs you know or you want to share with others. And I probably cannot use everything because you're so wonderful. I know you're gonna share so much, but I'll pick some of them. 자, Korean slang 할게요. 다음 주에는. So I'm trying to make lives like 강약. Serious grammar lesson, something a little relaxed. Serious grammar lesson, something a little relaxed. So next week will be a little more relaxed. I know there is Winter Olympics. 동계 올림픽 오늘 아니에요? 그쵸? 오늘이죠. 올림픽 단어 할까요? Should we do Olympic words? Maybe the following life? We did Summer Olympics. 하계 올림픽 했어요. 동계 올림픽 할까요? Sports names, 스포츠 종목, 한국어로 말하기. 대부분 영어인데 it's mostly English. 여러분 볼게요. 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 마리프랑스님, 메라미미님, 수메야님, 마리빈님 다 감사합니다. 에르니, 두웨님 감사합니다. 리진님도 감사합니다. 코니님 수업이 끝나고 열심히 공부할 거예요. 계속 공부해요? You're gonna continue study? 펠리시아님, 씨님, 랄라님 감사합니다. I'm glad you're back too. 수혜님도 감사합니다. 세라님도 감사합니다. It was fun and informative. 재미있고 재미있고 유용했어요. 다행이에요. 감사합니다. 셰리님도 감사합니다. 1405 MS님 감사합니다. 심란님도 와주셔서 감사합니다. I'm happy you joined as well. Please keep coming back, everyone. 다음에 봐요. 리지님 기대돼요. 좋아요. 수업 끝나고 밥 먹을 거예요. 카디자님 밥 맛있게 드세요. 식사 맛있게 하세요. 감사합니다. 카이라띠님 재미있어서 다행이에요. 다 수업 끝나고 밥 먹어요가 많아요. 식사 맛있게 하세요. 맛있게 드세요, 여러분. 네, newcomers 새로 오신 분들 다 환영합니다. 다음 주에도 오세요. Yes, today Winter Olympics started. 그쵸? 베이징 올림픽 시작했어요. I'm back. What did I mean? Second half of the class. 끝났어요. Just ended. We're saying bye. 인사하고 있어요. 좋을 것 같아요. 올림픽 단어? 오케이. 인도 추워요? 진짜? 전희종 대학 선배예요. 한국말 더 잘할 수 있게 됐어요. 감사해요. 다행이네요. 한국말 더 잘할 수 있게 돼서. 앉아? 오빠 앉아? 지금 거기 12시 반 아니에요, 아버님. 가서 주무시죠. 감사합니다. 수고하셨습니다. 감사합니다. 좋은 하루 되세요, 여러분. 저도 감사합니다. 수업 끝나고 쉴 거예요. 좋아요. 쉬세요. 저도 쉴 거예요. 쉬고 청소할 거예요. 오케이. It's over. 네, 끝났어요. 다음 주에 만나요. 감사합니다. How to write the Korean word for informative? 유용하다. 유용하다는 있어요. 용, 사용, use. use is there. 네, 꼭 올게요. 좋아요. 그러면 우리는 다음 주에 하고 지금 제가 비디오 하나 에디팅 하고 있어요. I'm editing one video. Actually, I'm editing multiple videos, but one is almost done. And that's gonna be just really lighthearted, short video about all these terms you hear in 사극. 전하, 저하, 마, all those ones. So stay tuned. That will be probably uploaded on Monday or so. 월요일쯤에 올라갈 거예요. 프리미어 할게요. 라이브 챗에서 또 만나요. 네, 끝이에요. 앙키타님. 다음 주에 다시 오세요. And it's going to be saved. 라이브 저장될 거예요. 보세요. Watch it. 아침 맛있게 드시고 하루 잘 보내세요. 감사합니다. 다은님. 여러분도 하루 잘 보내시고 주말 잘 보내시고 When I say she, it's subject honorific. I'm honoring you using honorifics. 우리는 다음 주에 또 만나요. 좋아요? It's already over. 맞아요. Thank you for your effort. Thank you for appreciating my effort. 저도 감사해 주셔서 감사합니다. 자, 우리는 다시 또 만날게요. 주말 잘 보내세요, 여러분. I call my friend 전화. 오케이, 그러면 저는 이제 쉬러 갑니다. 쉬고 청소하러 갑니다. 우리는 다시 만나요. I'll probably upload something on Instagram and my premiere will be on Monday. So I'll see you all over. 계속 봐요. 자, 안녕히 계세요, 여러분. 오늘도 수고 많으셨어요. 빠이빠이. 안녕. 슬퍼요. 가지 마요. 오빠는 가서 자요. 가서 제발 자요. 잠 좀 자요, 아버님. 안녕. Bye. I'm waiting for you to say bye. You call your friend 바보? 알겠어요. 다음 주에 만나요. 안녕히 계세요. 안녕 안녕. 빠이빠이. 안녕 안녕. 빠이빠이. 안녕 안녕. 빠이빠이.